Hey guys, and welcome to the Lazy Lemon Creations podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me on Instagram as Lazy Lemon Creations, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lazy Lemon. This is my podcast all about the knitting and crochet things that I get into, and today I've got a little bit of both. So, I live in the heart of the New River Valley with my husband and our two kids. They are all upstairs. It is bath time right now, so I apologize in advance if you can hear them. Today is Wednesday, February 26th, 2025, and this is episode 36, I think. Could be wrong on that, but yeah. So let's jump into it. It's been the whole month since you've seen me, and so I've got a few things to show you. So let's first start off with some FOs. The first FO that I have are my Beach Cruiser socks. These are from Knit Picks Felici in the Beach Cruiser colorway. Got both of them done. Very simple 3-color repeat, nice wide stripes. I love this so much. I knit my socks on Magic Loop, ChalGoo red lace, 32-inch cable. But I do a size 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. And I use the Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop pattern by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. And my sock recipe is a 20 row cuff, a 30 row leg, heel flap and gusset, foot and toe. So it's very simple. For this pair of socks, the white color that you see for the heels, toes, and cuffs is a bare yarn from Nomad. And I got that around Christmas time. And it works great for Felici socks. It's the same base of a 75-25. And it gives you a great, simple contrast no matter what socks you're knitting with. And so it's a really good balance to the stripes that Felici offers. But this pair of socks that I have here, I had started these on January 29th and I had finished them on February 10th. And yeah, this is my first FO that I have. I got to take them off the blocker so that I can use the blocker for the next pair of socks. This pair of socks, I'll go ahead and start talking about it while I'm putting them on the blocker, is Knit Picks Felici. It is the Halloween Club, and it is the Ghoulish Giggles colorway. And so this one was one of my favorites because the mini is orange, and orange is my favorite color. So now that I have them on the blocker here, I can go ahead and show you. Look, and both of them are done. They do not match. They are off by, I want to say a 3-color repeat, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. But these are beautiful with a green, a pink, a purple, and an orange section in each sock. And like I said, the mini is this orange. Freckled Whimsy does a 25 gram mini with her sock sets now, which is a perfect amount for you to be able to do heels, toes, and cuffs with your socks. And it looks really cool too whenever they match up. So this was the Halloween Club. I don't remember what month. Maybe September, but I could be wrong on that. I really don't know. I had started these on February 5th and I had finished them on February 15th. So that is my second pair of socks that I have done so far for the month of February. I almost said May, which would have been really wrong. So yeah, that is my socks that I currently have done. So now let's go into the rest of my FOs that I have. Next up, I have my Musselburgh. And yes, it is 2 different grays. As you can see, I mean, you can see it better on camera. In person, you really have to look for it to be able to see it. But it's 2 different shades of gray. It is Knit Picks Stroll in the ash colorway, and so it was just 2 different lots. And the person I'm gifting this to will not be able to tell the difference. He's never been tested for color blindness, but let's be honest, he is. So yeah, it's a very simple, monotoned to him Musselburgh. nice big tube hat. I haven't folded it in together yet because I don't know if he wants it loose or if he wants me to attach the ends permanently, if that makes sense, and like make it a permanent fixed hat. But this pattern is by Ysolda Teague, the Musselburgh. I did an adult medium on ChiaoGoo 16-inch needles. I do a size 2, which is a 2.75, very close to my sock size needles. A lot of people go up to a 3. I'm just not, I don't like the gauge that I get with that. I don't think I would be a loose knitter. I think I'm more of a tight knitter, but I'm not so tight that I can't work my stitches at all. Like, I never have a problem picking up my stitches, and I don't feel like I'm a tight knitter either. A tight knitter either. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Words are hard today. But yeah, this Musselburgh hat is done. I had started this hat in December, on December 11th, and I had finished it on the 16th of February. So, got another hat done to gift. And then the last thing I have finished is an Easy Breezy ribbed beanie in this beautiful speckled yarn. It's a white base with like yellow, green, blue, pink, and purple speckles all throughout it. Very simple. I had done this as a child / small adult, I want to say is the size that I had done this on. And it's going to go to our donations when we go to our clinic. And so I just thought a nice simple white one. And the Easy Peasy ribbed beanie pattern is by Turtleneck. I will have all patterns, shops, bags, yarns. If it is available, it will be linked down below in the description box, along with my Ko-Fi account and our GoFundMe account that you can support us with if you would like to. No obligation, ever. But if you want to know patterns and yarns, I will have that all down in the description below. But yeah, I also finished a crochet hat. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that for the month of February. And before we go into WIPs that are going to continue into March, just because I know who I am and I know how I knit and crochet, I know I'm not going to finish them in the next 2 days. Let's go over February stats, shall we? Of course. So for grams in, for the month of February, I have had 0. I've not brought in any yarn myself, not purchased anything for the month of February, but the news of the Joann store closing has me brokenhearted and really wanting to go and purchase a lot just to have. Should I? No. Will I? Probably. So we are going to wait. We are in the process of paying off our car. So as soon as that's paid off, I'm going to use a chunk of money and I'm going to go to the Joann store and buy a whole bunch of yarn and use it as pillows because I have no other place to store it. So we shall see. I think Lisa had a project bag that she called a pillow one time because she had it stuffed full of yarn. So I'm also going to have a pillow. But for grams in, 0. And for grams out for the month of February, it is currently 368 grams. So I'm very excited about that. I am working really hard on sticking to the projects that I have on hand. I am going a little cast on crazy, but not so much that I can't keep up myself. So that's saying something. I'm proud of myself. With that being said, let's jump into WIPs. The first WIP I have is in my bag from Kelly E. McD. It is my rainbow bag. It is not a granny square, but it's beautiful and spiraled and I love it so much. And inside this bag, sorry, you can probably hear the stitch markers jingling around. I have one sock done here, and I've got my stitch markers on this side. This is the Felici colorway Friendly Skies that I had started 2 weeks ago on the 12th. I had started these. I finished the first one. Again, heels, toes, and cuffs all done. The ends are not woven in because I wait until I'm done with the entire pair. And I cast on the second pair. And I got the cuff done. And I got the leg done. And then I got to the heel. And I was just at a point where I could not work on the heel. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to set it down. I'm not going to work on them. And I believe it was that Wednesday, and I needed to spin my Felici wheel. So I decided to cast on another pair, and these have just set. So it's my fault, but all I have to do is the heel, which will not take me that long once I actually sit down to do it. And then the foot and the toe in this pair will be done. So I am hoping by the next episode, this pair will be done that you see here in the Friendly Skies colorway. Nice blues, blacks, orange, and yellow with a little bit of white in there. The white, with it being directly next to the blue, black. Oh, it actually, sorry, as I'm looking at it, I now see that the white separates the blue and black and the yellow and orange. So it's either near blue and black on both ends. It does have a little bit of bleeding to it. Like you can see, like the white just has a blue hue to it there. And that's okay. That doesn't bother me. These socks are for me. I don't need that white to be white. And the bleeding, it's Felici is a manufactured yarn. That doesn't bother me. I love working with it anyway. So I have the ball here of my Nomad yarn that is, they come in 50 gram hanks, and I wind it into a ball, and I use it for my heels, toes, and cuffs on all my Felici socks so that they're all uniform in that sense. And so, yeah, I will work on these when I decide I can. So currently that's not right now. And then my next whip that I have is living in my Fries Before Guys Valentine's Day bag-ish, I guess. I don't know. It's the pinkest thing I own, in my Ginger Snap Fibers bag. That's where this bag is from, and I love it. So inside here is last week, the 19th, it's sock cast on in the colorway Lassie. So actually, let me show you the ball, because I'm not even through an entire color repeat yet. But this is Lassie. There it is. Some peach, orange, cream, blue, green, yellow. A very pastel rainbow, in my opinion. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is the label for it, maybe. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Lassie. And again, I'm also using the same ball of Nomad for the heels, toes, and cuffs. This one is also at the heel. I get to the heel and I pause every single time, and I don't know why, but I do. I can't help myself. I pause at the heel, and so I'm probably going to end up with 57 socks all waiting on a heel one day. Lord, I hope not, but that could happen. Truly, it really could. But I do all my socks magic loop, like I said, on those ChiaoGoo needles. So that is it for the knitting. Now for the crochet whip that I have in progress. I am making another gingham blanket. I've made 2 or 3 here on the podcast before. I'm making another one. I am using some Caron Simply Soft for it, and it is green this time. And so this is what I have so far. I do have the base row completely finished, and then I've moved on to the second row. And I miscounted the entire second row one day and had to go back, rip every single thing out, and restart it. So it is supposed to be an 8x8 square, and I had done like an 8x9, and so it had made the square awkward. And so I had to rip all that out, go back and correct it and fix it. But I am doing this in Caron Simply Soft yarn, white, dark green, and pistachio. Those are the 3 colors that I'm using. No, my ends are not woven in yet. I typically like to wait until I'm not carrying the yarn anymore. So for instance, right here in this space between the dark green and the white will be another pistachio green, and I use this tail to connect them. So that's what I wait for. I wait until I'm done with my connection, and then I go back and actually weave in my ends. But if I'm being honest, I wait until the blanket's done, and then I'll weave in my ends, because I am a procrastinator in that sense. But for that blanket, I am using a Susan Bates hook that I just dropped on my table. It's a USH. It's a size 8, which is a 5mm hook. Just a simple Susan Bates. I think it's a inline hook, tapered. I think it's a tapered hook. Yeah. But that's the hook I use. I just dropped it again. I'm so sorry. But that is what I've been crocheting on as well, along with a couple of other beanies that will be taken to our clinic the next time we go. So that is everything. Yeah, that's it for everything yarny. My 2 pairs of socks, my 2 hats, my 2 whip socks, and my 1 blanket. So I'm very happy with my progress this month, in the month of February. Before I forget, let's go ahead and spin the Felici wheel that I need to do in order to start my next pair of socks for every single Wednesday, which is what I do. So we're gonna go in here to my daily decision wheel. You guys get to see it first. And it's gonna spin the wheel. And it's gonna stop. And I cannot read that backwards. It is Sebastian. It is the Sebastian colorway. And so that's going to be a new colorway, I wanna say. I think that's a new one. I will cast those on tonight. Even though I do have other whips going on with it, I will cast that on tonight and we'll get to have another whip in progress. So I'm really enjoying doing a new pair every single Wednesday, because when I do get to a sock and get stuck in the heel, I can just move on to the next one. So that helps. It has been we are now into life reading and watching, so that's it for the yarny stuff. But it has been a very calm month for us so far, and we have enjoyed some time at home, a few snow days, a few flood days, a few days off of school, and I've really just enjoyed getting to spend that time with my husband and kids. And then we are getting ready to go into a chemo round where my son is connected in his port for 28 days in a row to his IV bag, and we do get to come home with it, so we don't have to spend the entire month in the hospital. But it is stressful, and it is a lot of making him be careful of running and how he sleeps and everything else, because again, he is connected to an IV. So we are starting that on Sunday. We go to the hospital, and I will have a couple of projects to take with me for that to keep us company while we get admitted for a few days until that process begins. With our stay in the hospital, the projects, I can take anything that I want to work on. If I wanted to work on the blanket, if I wanted to work on socks, it's able to work out. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then we have bi-weekly. Yeah, we'll go twice in a week. Sorry, bi-weekly can be meant as twice a week or every other week. We will go twice in a week up to the doctor's to get our bag changed for our medicine. And yeah, that's what we're looking for now. My son, he's doing well with his leukemia. It's still just a hurdle that we're getting over. It's a big hurdle, but it's life. And life doesn't stop moving just because of a diagnosis that you weren't anticipating. But that's what we have going on. And then for reading and watching, I am reading The Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I finished The Hunger Games, I finished Catching Fire, but I haven't been able to finish The Hunger Games yet. I know I need to. I know the next book is getting ready to come out in March. I haven't. Reading the physical copy after reading on my Kindle for so long is just completely different. So I'm trying. I'm working on it. And then for watching, I've not been watching anything but Law and Order. I just need that comfort show that I can just put on in the background and like not have to pay attention to every single detail if I don't want to. If I need to get up and go and rotate laundry, I can do so. Listening to Law and Order is just as content for me. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, and that's our life as it is right now. So I am going to wrap this up, and I'm probably going to get this posted by the morning, and I will see you guys in March. So thanks for spending the time with me. Bye.